Namaste, my name is Rishabh Mishra and I am a student at TED Young Thinker Academy, and today I will be a speaker for the topic Small Ideas Can Be the Next Big Thing. So, ideas since the beginning of time have helped us to reach where we are today. Ideas are what have helped us to reach from cavemen to being able to think about colonizing the planet Mars. So before I start with my talk today, I will ask a simple question to everyone who is present here, and please reply to me with a nod. How many of us present here like to eat samosas? I see a few hands raised, and that's a good response. It is a delicacy for us that we like to eat samosas. So what is the process that goes into making a samosa? The real taste of the samosa we get is when we fry it. That is the unique taste of the samosa we are after. Now frying it, we fry it in cooking oil. So after that cooking oil is used, what happens to it? It becomes a waste. We cannot use it anymore because it is bad for our health. So every year about 153,000 tons of waste cooking oil is generated around the world, and there is no proper way to deal with it. And what really happens to it? The main consumers, the main producers of waste cooking oil are usually the roadside vendors and the big hotels and chains of restaurants who use it for their purposes. And after, for example, the big hotels are done with their cooking process and they have this waste generated, they sell it to the roadside vendors at a much cheaper rate, so much cheaper than the market value, so that they can get rid of their waste. And after the roadside vendors are done with this waste, they just throw it into the nearby drains, and from the drains it goes somewhere, and then at some point it will eventually seep down into the soil and kill the naturally occurring bacteria of the soil, which reduces the fertility of the soil. Thus the soil is destroyed, and it is extremely evident now that year by year this is more evident. We are destroying our soil more and more. So what can be done to, for example, deal with this generated waste cooking oil? So let us look into the 3 R's: reuse, reduce and recycle. We obviously cannot reuse the waste cooking oil because anything that will be cooked in this waste cooking oil is obviously bad for our health. So let us think about reducing it. We can reduce our consumption of fried food, and that will help, but we cannot completely take it out of our diets. It is a very integral part of our diet for now. So let us come to the last part of recycling this waste cooking oil. Actually, in the last decade, much research has been done on items which are not being properly recycled, and scientists recently have found a way to deal with or recycle this waste cooking oil, and they have found a way to recycle waste cooking oil into biodiesel and glycerol. So what exactly is biodiesel? Biodiesel is a biofuel which mainly is obtained from recycling vegetative oils and animal fats. And biodiesel it is much more cleaner than our contemporary diesel and petrol, and it also can be produced much easier because it is from our waste products. So as our third speaker Nishant had said that solar energy is the way forward, and that is true. And at one point we are also noticing, like today we can notice that the diesel and petrol prices are going up each and every day. It is extremely evident, and even after a few years we'll still be noticing that we'll be depleting these resources much faster before we can convert fully to solar energy. There will be a vacuum created in this midpoint, and that vacuum can be filled with biodiesel. Biodiesel as a fuel, as I've already mentioned, is cleaner, and because of this ridiculous amount of waste cooking oil that we generate each and every year, we can easily deal with it and get biodiesel. Now the other product that I was talking about that we get from waste cooking oil is glycerol. Glycerol is a moisture containing substance. It can trap moisture, and it is a main component of our moisturizers, face creams and many other skincare products. It can help with skincare infections and all those things. So both of these products that we are getting from recycling this waste cooking oil is going to help us in positive ways. So the real question we have is, why are we not doing it? we have a good method, we can even recycle so much that we can get so much biodiesel to fill this gap. Well, because we do not have the technology right now, and the method is not widespread. Once you recycle waste cooking oil, the 70 to 80% of it is about biodiesel, and the remaining part is glycerol. And this biodiesel, even if you are not using it for cars, there are many other places where we can use it. For example, diesel generators. As I mentioned, the prices of diesel and petrol are going up, and using biodiesel to replace them is a great idea. Now, this biodiesel and glycerol, yes, they help us for waste cooking oil, and waste cooking oil is just one of the plethora of items which we are not perfectly recycling, and it just goes to the drains, it goes to the soil, reducing fertility, and it has adverse effects on our planet. But there are still multitude of other items which are not being perfectly recycled, or we do not have a good recycling method for them yet. And these items are what should be our main focus. As a society right now, we are slowly but surely shifting towards solar, but meanwhile we should also take care of our planet. Our planet is the most important thing, and if we cannot maintain our own planet, how can we think about colonizing some other heavenly body? It is extremely impossible. So therefore, maintaining our own planet, becoming sustainable, and recycling most of the items that we generate should be the call of the day. It is the need of the hour that we recycle items, we are energy efficient and not inconsistent with our generation and consumption. And this was just a small input from my side. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.